Oh, hello, hello. Are we on? Okay, hello. And welcome to JPML Select English Commentary with Gar the Nelson and Jen the Bar. We are both JPML players, Japan Pro Mahjong League players. Who are, well, at least I'm coming farther and farther down in JPML and Armel. It has been a miserable spring. Welcome to summer also. It's still a few days away, but we seem to have canceled, right? I think we canceled rainy season and went straight into summer from, right? We just did not seem to want to do it this year. Man, it is hot already, and it's still the middle of June. Right, it's still not miserably hot. Here it is today, miserably hot. Man, you got to get your dog out early, or they have to just stay inside where it's not stultifyingly hot outside. Ugh, blah, blah. Right? Dangerous. Them and us, in fact. I mean, we can get heat stroke too, Indeed. Okay, well.
But my mic's not on. Yeah, okay.
Oh.
So, once again, I hate summer and I love rainy season. Those are the things I said when my mic was off. We had the important person's mic on. Apparently, I can only work one mic at a time.
I guess I could turn on the thing here and see if we are actually getting our voices. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, no, we got it.
Yeah.
It's good now.
There we go. All right.
At least it happened. Now I can hear us in the background, so turn that off.
Right. Yes, I did. Just testing. All right. Well, getting into our show, I think we're continuing our theme of counting the qualifiers for the pro qualifiers for the WRC tournament coming up in a matter of days.
Yep, that's right. So today we will be covering Table D. We have 3 more tables to cover before WRC, and we only have 2 broadcasts. So we're going to have 2 today or 2 next week, and we'll see which it's going to be. I guess we'll get into it and see how we're doing and decide if we're going to do the second table or if we're going to plan to do that next week.
All right.
And I think we have to do it today. Next week, actually, I think we're going to have to start a little bit late because there's a meeting that I have to attend. So maybe today we'll do 2. Are you free, Garth, to do 2 games?
Yes, I am free. I am flexible and adequate.
Yes,
just said,
that's our new theme. I saw this on an Instagram account about spiders, and one of the spiders has the logo, "I am adequate." So I think that we should adopt that.
Yes.
Because that describes us very well. We are adequate.
Yeah. Yes. Not hitting it out of the park at the moment, that's for darn sure.
I think maybe we can get a couple of base hits today.
Yes, a base hit would be nice. I'd even take a walk.
Good bunt.
Just something. Yeah, a bunt. Maybe a pass ball. Go ahead and hit me, pitcher. That's fine. I'll take it.
Just need a base. We just need a base. We need a runner on, and then we can
get first. Yeah, and then maybe I can get a pinch runner.
Are you getting to the point where you need a pinch runner? You said you have a leg thing going on.
Oh my God! Have you ever heard of Ringo Bio? In English called fifth disease or slapped cheek syndrome.
Yeah, I have 2 kids, so yes.
Right, but so apparently I don't think I had it when I was. Do you remember having it when you were a kid?
No. No, but I'm not sure we would have known the difference because it sounds like something we wouldn't go to the doctor for. We'd just like,
Yeah.
just
Because a lot of times it starts with flu unless it doesn't, and then it ends with the rash, right?
yeah.
And I got the rash like 2 weeks ago, but it was the weirdest thing. And like, also, I didn't realize this. So when we took Riku to the doctor yesterday, he said that I mentioned that I had gotten the rash too. He's like, "Oh, well, did you have any joint pain?" I was like, "Oh my god, how did you know that?" Because apparently that's very common in adults to get joint pain with the
Yeah.
slap cheek syndrome thing. And remember, like a couple weeks ago, I couldn't even walk because of the pain in my hip.
Yeah. That's why I was asking
I
if you
felt
needed pinch runner.
right so old. I felt like such an old age person. Uh, but apparently that is probably what was causing it.
Yeah, because the
Slap
thing is
cheek
with
syndrome.
with this ringobyo, in Japanese it's called apple disease because your cheeks look like apples. Um,
Rosy
once
apples.
you look like apple cheeks, then you're not even contagious anymore. So it's like,
Right. That's
so you don't
it's
know
all
that it was
over.
actually that until it's over. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, when I was a kid, we just called everything the flu. Like, if you
Uh,
were, if you had an upset tummy, that was called the flu. You had the stomach flu,
That's
and
another thing that somebody was just asking me about last night. A Japanese person was like, "What is it? What's the difference between a cold and a flu?" Well, I mean, obviously, flu is influenza, but yes, in America, a lot of times people just say flu for all colds, right?
yeah, and not even colds, like when like food poisoning kind of things. Like
Oh yeah,
I remember,
stomach flu.
yeah, we always called it the stomach flu. So I didn't even know that influenza was a thing until I came here, and everyone was like, like I always called that a cold. So I
Uh,
think that we just didn't really go to the doctor unless it was like unless you couldn't eat for days or it had to be really a lot to go to the doctor. And here you can go like
um,
if you have the flu. So I think that was
you,
the
you,
main difference.
Dad never made the joke about, well, how did you get sick? Well, I opened the window and influenza.
No, my dad never made that joke.
Oh, all right. That's why I make dad jokes like that because my dad passed them down to me.
Well, that's good. I like that.
All right. Well, who do we have today?
Well, just
Uh,
1 second. I think
oh,
that
okay,
the
1 second.
screen was, yeah. Um, so your weekend was basically just like influenza?
Um, this last weekend, well, it was Riku being kind of low energy. We went to the Shinagawa aquarium, saw the dolphin show, which was cool. He was impressed by jellyfish, kind of unimpressed by penguins, um, and then kind of just low energy. It was kind of a rainy day too on Sunday, so that was
Mm.
blacky black.
Yeah, it was
But yeah, kind
rainy.
of
That's
low
true.
energy weekend.
Huh. Um,
Okay.
so the problem right now is that
Oh, having a problem.
yeah, I don't know
Nearly adequate.
my my screen is not I have the video in here, but it's not like showing. So I
Still
think this
approaching
the
adequacy.
size is wrong for some reason.
The
So
size of the.
mhm. Size
Boy,
of
I
the
wish I were any help in these
oh
things.
that I think that may have fixed it. Hopefully it's the right video. We won't even know until it starts. So that's gonna be super fun.
Exciting. Woo!
um,
Never a dull moment on the JPML Select English Commentary channel.
yeah, we're all new to this, but we'll get it. It will get there. Should we go ahead and see if
Of
it's the right
us.
video? If it's not, we can just restart.
Uh,
It's really great to see you, Garrick, by the way, in the chat. This looks like hey, this looks like it's working. I am nearly adequate. Very nearly. Yep, since it's a WRC event, we have a lot of WRC champions working as the staff since they've already earned their seats in the official tournament. Tomotake, of course, the champion from the 2017 Las Vegas event. And I actually interviewed him. I'm going to translate and upload the interview onto the YouTube channel before the WRC starts, I think. I interviewed him after he won the tournament for the JPML website. So the format for this is one game, and winner takes all. There is no reason to get anything except for first place, or to aim for anything except for first place. So we have one winner and three not so winners. In the East seat, we have Yoshino Atsushi Yoshino. And we have Noriyuki Nakajima in the South seat. Saori Azuma, a good friend of ours, in the West seat. And Ryuhei Nakagawa in the North seat. Yes, she did. Uh-huh. Yep, in 2010. 2010, I also worked with her at Summer Sonic. We used to have Mahjong tables at Summer Sonic. And I would work the like midnight shift, which was, I loved it. I loved working the midnight shift. I'd get there like 10 p.m. and we'd work until like 4 a.m. And that is my favorite shift ever. Yeah, they had like this Summer Sonic casino. And so like people don't want to go to every single concert, right? They have certain bands they want to see, certain singers or whatever they want to see. And some of them just stay overnight because like it's far away and they have like 3-day tickets or whatever. So they come and like hang out at the Mahjong table. It was the Summer Sonic like casino basically. So what they would do is they'd pay 1,000 yen to play an East game with a pro. If they beat the pro, they got their Summer Sonic casino bucks. And then you would submit the bucks at the end of the event and they'd have like a drawing and whoever won got tickets to the next Summer Sonic the next year. And we have Saori Azuma in reach already, yeah. Yoshino here contemplating a sanshoku and he'll keep the right ingredients for it, yeah, the right materials for that sanshoku. Pushes the 6 dot. I know it's half Suji. But the other thing is he's dealer. This is winner takes all, so he feels like he has to do something right now. 6 dot pass, so he created a Suji. Yeah, Kabe and the Suji he created for himself. Yeah, that used to be like I don't know how legit actually, but a strategy that people would always say. Early reach is a 1-4 bamboo weight. Hayai richi wa isu somachi. Really? I was like, yeah, I heard that all the time. She's really freaking good, so maybe we should pay heed to that. And so Yoshino is just one away from ready now, with all pairs hand. Maybe. Trying it. So it keeps the 1 because it'll be a better weight maybe than the 8 dot. I wonder if you wouldn't want to like discard the 4 now for that, but I guess it's a really middle tile, so it kind of, well, but he discarded a 6 to start out with, so I don't think he's worried about, there is the 4. I don't think he's worried about people thinking his discards are strange because they already are. Can't fix that now. Wait, can only hear Jen? What? Why? Again? Okay, I don't know what it is, but here we are. There's Garth.
Here I am again.
Alright,
Still
well,
working out kinks. We are.
I can't. I really thought I fixed that. I guess I fixed it on for video 1 and not video 2 maybe. I don't know what I did, but I have 2 video things. Now you can definitely
Thanks
hear
for the
Garth.
heads
though.
up.
Yeah, thank you so much. Last week we did an entire show where you could only hear Jen. And so I had to take that VOD down, and we will re-stream that game today or next week.
It is certainly a pair-themed hand. A call from Nakajima. Excuse me. Looks like he'll be going for Toy Toy, all triples. Kagawa's hand not improving, and also Yoshino's hand continues not to improve. Another pair for Nakajima. Does he get rid of the open-ended weight? Gonna go for the outside hand, perhaps. His options open for the outside hand. Saudi drops the Dorda indicator, creating a nice, taking a pair there. The indicator was creating a nice 5, 6, 6, 7 shape for tile efficiency, but I guess, oh, that is not going for the outside hand after all.
Okay, I fixed it exactly how I wanted it to be. And now I think that we can hear both of us, and it won't pick up my computer sound either. So we learned. Thank you, Iota Turtle. It's Iota, right? Or not Iota? Is it Iota or Iota, do you think? Or lowercase l. Could it be Loda Turtle? Can you tell me your furigana in the chat?
So Nakajima didn't quite get the expensive hand he was hoping for, but he does continue as dealer. He takes a couple points from the current leader and continues as dealer.
All right, I just want to make a little note of what we are doing here. So right now there are certain games on the JPML official channel, the Japanese channel. It's Iota, thank you. I appreciate that. On the JPML official Japanese channel that we cannot use because of certain deals that they have with sites like Abima and I don't know, wherever else they're streaming it. They don't only stream it on the YouTube channel. They also sell those to other places. So when they sell them, they can't just give it to us for free. So we're working on which matches we can actually provide live. Another problem is they have most of their matches behind a paywall. So once we can get good enough to have a paywall on our YouTube channel, I'm hoping we can negotiate to stream the same games under another paywall. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that, but I think maybe we can negotiate. So the thing that we have to do is get to 1,000 subscribers.
Must do
We
that.
are almost a third of the way there. So please like, subscribe to the channel, and follow. Besides these weekly select streams where we show past games, we are going to show some of the free live games. Like next week, we'll show the WRC final table, the first 1 or 2 games for that, because it is offered for free on the JPML English channel. And then we also have Play Like a Pro is back. It's going to be updated every Friday. We're putting up all the past episodes, and if those get enough likes and views, then we can maybe even make new episodes. So basically, everything depends on if we have support. So if this community is supportive, then we can add lots and lots more content. And if you have ideas for the shorts, if there's a pro you want to hear on the shorts, write in the comments or write to me on Twitter or here in the chat, anywhere, and we can actually make that happen, because the shorts are the easiest to just go up to a pro or even just text a pro and say, send me a video of this. And usually they will. So give us your ideas. We had one introducing Rumi yesterday. Tomorrow we're going to have Taiko. You know Taiko, Nakano?
Taiko, yes.
Yeah, love Taiko. Everyone loves Taiko because she's so lovable. She is just awesome. So
She's also just a consummate professional. She's and makes Renmei work in a lot of different places, right? I mean, she's kind of in charge of
what she does is she handles.
WRC.
Oh yeah, she does work at those events, and she also basically runs the Rumiaki channel.
Really?
Yeah. So she works on that. I think she must be incredibly busy, but she does everything pretty much perfectly.
Another one of those people who can kind of seem to do everything.
Yeah, so I'm excited for her video tomorrow. She sent me like the best short ever in the pro introduction series. So looking forward to that.
By the way, Saudi has gotten to ready with a Hon Itsu hand. She's waiting for the 3-6 of. We don't get Sanchoku for Nakajima, so he will reach with Pinfu and Dora. And that is
right away.
Ipatsu. Ouch. So that is a tough break for Saudi. She jumped out to an early lead, had put together a big hand, and then she just had some bad timing running into the Nakajima's reach. Dora, no, Ipatsu. I think it was Ura also, but yes, made it Mangan, and ouchie, ouchie, ouchie.
You can see the Chinese table over there in the background. So we covered the final table of the Chinese qualifier. It's JPML pros with Chinese citizenship and one player. We watched it already. Tonton won her entry into the WRC. But they had like 5 games. So actually in the background there, they're playing their games before the final game that we covered. And last week it freaked me out because I thought that I cut in the wrong game.
Oh yeah.
Because these games come in like segments, so I had to cut them all together. And I was afraid that I put the wrong segment in, so we spent about 10 minutes trying to figure out that nope, they were just cutting to the table. It was a dumpster fire last week. Yeah, be glad you missed that one. Nakajima will continue as dealer. This is our second continuance.
Yoshino has, that's not Dora. Has a completed triple and had a value tile pair. Could put together something, perhaps. Kagawa's hand is also improving quickly. There's a 7 of cracks next to the Dora. He's hoping to be able to use Dora.
Helpful tile for Asuma, but it's not the best. It gives her another block that she needs, but it's middle 7 bamboo weight. Although if you're going to have a 3 or a 7 middle weight, the bamboo is generally the best one.
So does help her get closer to Tanyao.
Do you say chiso or chasso?
Yeah, I suppose it depends. I'd probably go back and forth. Another Hatsu for Saori. So is she going for Tanyao or not?
Didn't she pair up a green dragon?
Green dragon, yes, she paired up a green dragon, so that's moving her back away from Tanyao.
She did not
You say
pawn it,
Chaso
though.
or Chiso?
I
She has
liked.
not pawned yet.
I really like Chasso, but I feel like I'm not Oji-san enough to pull it off. I don't think you have that problem.
I definitely have the Oji-san qualification. I'm not sure if I have the authenticity qualification.
I've been here for 20 years, I think. I mean, in Mahjong for 20 years. So. And she is going for Tanya. Wow, good call.
Dropping the Hatsu.
Yeah, if she had pawned the green dragon, it would be like a really cheap hand. She doesn't have that great of shapes left in the hand afterward, I think. Or maybe no, she had better shapes, so she decided to shift over to that, maybe.
I think she does have a few open-ended weights, so... Oh, nice.
She has one open-ended. See?
There.
If you're going to have a middleweight, it's Chasu. 7 bamboo is the one you want.
We're correct. Right, wow. There's another one.
We got two correct things in a row.
Right, and don't reach with Saburo 1. Or the Saburo 1 weight. See, that was Saori's weight. That's what she ended up throwing Mangan to Nakajima with. See, Saburo 1. Bad luck.
It was not bad luck for Nakajima, though.
Yoshino's hand just keeps not quite improving. It could become his Atama. That gets rid of one of his open-ended weights. That becomes Atama or a triple. Completing a run for Nakajima.
Azuma draws the end of that 6, 7, 8 shape, 6, 7, 8, 9. She discards the 7 dot, I think because the 9 bamboo is much safer to the board.
This is Tenpai, and he will reach.
Waiting for?
Waiting for, oh, like you say, yes. Look at that. Did it just come up? So, Suso had come up earlier, okay. But Suji for somebody.
Is that like that sounds like a Valentine commercial. Everything is Suji for somebody.
Right? I should write Hallmark cards.
So she did discard the 7 dot a few turns ago because she thought it might end up being dangerous, but she'll just go for it.
She is in a bit of a tough position. She does have 2 turns as dealer. Not sure if she has to push that hard right now, but she does. If she were to sort of give up now, she wouldn't have a lot of things to follow up with giving up either. Look at that, Yoshino or Nakagawa. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if we still see that her middleweight fill in, then we might see her push. 3 things that you want to think about when you're pushing against other players is, or when you're pushing your hand at all, speed, score, and shape.
Nakajima was already Tenpai waiting for the gut shot, and now he has improved his red dragon. Will he reach major points? It would be Genbutsu E Soup. Oh, there's no E pins left, huh?
Yeah, there's no 1s left. There's only 1, 2 left. He goes for the 3, the side 3-way, maybe hoping to change something later. See, this is the fill-in that she maybe didn't want. because
You'd say that's a side 3 weight rather than a 3 donkey weight?
yeah,
Oh wow, nice
I mean
choice.
it's both, but
It is sort of both.
I mean he just went straight by what's left, right? The reason, so there's the same amount of 2s and 3s left, 2 of each that he couldn't see. The difference there is that if he discards the 1, he can keep the red dragon, which means he can switch to anything later for his weight. If he keeps it on the 2 weight, then he's stuck with the Ipeiko and he can't really change his weight later.
Good point. Yes, the 3 would become. He can, if he gets anything joining up with the other runs, then he can really improve his weight, huh? Good call. And nice play by him to steal a reach stick and continue his dealer. Continue pushing the other players down. Extending his lead. And starting again with a few pairs and 1 open-ended weight and 1 and a couple gut shots. Well, side weights.
It looks like an outside hand, and that's what he's going to push for.
He may also feel like, he's accumulated some points. It's not a great hand to start with anyway. He might just feel like, you know what, I don't have to push with this hand. I am not in trouble at the moment.
Yeah, you hedge the outside hand. If it works out, then it's going to be a fair number of points with that Dora in there. And it looks like it would be like the pure outside hand, Junchan, and not just Chanta. Or if he pairs up that east, then it's a Mangan level hand with the outside hand. So we just hedge that and kind of see what happens. Lots of tiles that he can fold with if he needs to, but
The triple.
or you can just draw everything
It's rid of
perfectly
east.
and
In Roto, I guess.
Yes, Tenpai for Teen Roto in a WRC league session last year, and I think that's the only time I've ever been Tenpai for it.
So another interesting possibility. He has the Sanshoku Do Coal possibility here.
Yeah, and he does hedge that with the 7 dots. Actually not hedging it, kind of locking it in.
Right. I wonder if he's gonna. I wonder what he might choose to pawn, and then he ends up having to throw Dora. Going to go for the outside hand, or is he going to go for the Toy Toy and Sanshoku hand?
I think the reason why he decided to keep the 8 character instead of the 7 dot is because of the Suanko possibility.
Okay.
If you're just going straight for the outside hand, possible Doko, and even Chinroto, then you discard the 8, I think. It gives you more options to get to the 7, 8, 9, even maybe Sanshoku.
Sauri's gotten another triple. She has 2 triples. He is Tenpai, in fact, but not with the greatest shape, hoping perhaps to change to a much more valuable hand, like perhaps San Onko or Su Onko.
Yeah, Su Onko, the 4 concealed triples would be a little bit tough considering that completed sequence is not really stuck to any pairs. San Onko is definitely a possibility, though. Or a more realistic possibility, we'll say. Nice feeling for Nakagawa, yeah.
So it's getting harder and harder to see a path towards Q-Peen, a 9 of dots coming out for Nakajima.
Yeah, so your mantra here when you're watching these games with the players are usually, the biggest priorities are speed, score, and shapes. The 3 S's. Is that a thing? Speed, if you're going against another reach, you've already lost in speed, so you need enough points and a good enough shape to fight against that reach. Otherwise, you're going to see a lot of players folding out. At least in the East round. Once we get to the South round, there's going to be some desperation. There is Tenpai Reach for Nakagawa. Waiting for the side 3
Sensei Reach.
character. Yeah, first reach is where the speed comes in. First reach is usually enough to just go for it in a lot of situations.
I haven't seen strength yet from the other players, so he figured, all right, it's not a hugely valuable hand, but I can push with it and maybe push somebody else off a hand. Maybe I can save some points. Nakajima looks like he's giving up. Sauri's still safe tiles, so she doesn't have to give up yet. One 3 of cracks is in Nakajima's hand, but aren't any others visible, are there?
I haven't seen any yet. It's not a bad weight, actually.
Oh, that improves Nakajima's hand. What will he do?
After he already discarded the pair of 9 BAMs, though.
Missed Saudi.
Sauri had maintained her Tenpai, and she will win on that 2 character.
Did she throw Dora? No, I'm sorry, not Dora. I keep confusing which one is Dora.
She just won on Dora. So Tanya with Dora for 2,600. Plus a few continuances.
Putting a little wind in her sails as she goes into her turn as dealer. But not starting with the greatest high pie. So Nakajima, in his first turn as dealer, has jumped out to a pretty commanding lead, but it's still relatively early. The players still have both of their turns as dealer. Giving them a chance to turn things around. His hand not too valuable. I expect him to be giving up or hedging to be able to give up quickly.
Wonder if so. A lot of the matches that we've been covering lately on like the WRC channel, there's a lot of incentive to even aim for second place. In this game, there's 0 incentive to aim for second place, and you even in the last hand, if you win in second place, then you'll be probably given a penalty by the league. If you're a JPML member, I don't think they'd penalize other leagues, maybe, but or orgs, but yeah, I'm trying to think of the strategy. It's still the East round, and everyone has a dealership still, so they're trying to probably build some bigger hands to close that gap between first place, but it just feels like such a huge mountain to climb. So that's why I was wondering if, yeah, Yoshino would pull in the East, and he does, even though it's not going to be worth a lot of points.
Just looking to get back to his turn as dealer. Other people's leads from getting too out of hand. Nakagawa is 1 away from ready, 1 open-ended weight and 1 not at 1 shot. And Yoshino is 1 away from ready also with 1 at the East and 1 Dora.
Nakajima's hand. Nakajima's just folding, right? Basically from the high pie.
So yeah. Kazuma's hand, she'd really like to get another Dora. That would improve the shape of her hand too.
True, but her main priority is really just win the hand. Win with anything.
Or, yeah, get to Tenpai and hopefully reach and push, get people to give up. It completes a triple, but still just not the greatest shapes. So hold on to Dora. And hope she can get this.
Gives Yoshino a pawn. Yoshino's one away still with 2 calls. A nice villain for Nakajima, who's folding basically, but I guess kind of the shapes are still there. I wonder if his strategy is just I'm gonna go for outside hands every time. If I tempai, I will win on it. That's
Tempai and Yaku for Nakagawa. Doesn't need to reach. If he can just end Kazuma's turn as dealer, then he is the dealer. I think probably waits quietly here. If he was thinking of not even taking Tempai and hoping for the... And there's win. So nice choice by Nakagawa to wait quietly, steal the turn as dealer from Kazuma. And he is going to now look to try to close the gap a little bit between himself and Nakajima.
Yeah, once again, his goal is just be dealer as long as possible.
First, get the Tempai. So yeah, now Azuma and Yoshino are really adjusting their strategy a little bit.
Okay, just have like one of every honor here.
Not helpful. And a couple pairs. Yoshino also not starting off with much. Kojima, a couple pairs, a few pairs. And like you say, he's continuing with his outside hand theme. Yoshino also getting pushed to the outside. But for the moment, he'll have another outside tile.
All right,
Naturally going outside again. Nakajima.
It's interesting. His the way he discarded looked like he was like reaching, kind of.
Another pair.
This is turning into not an outside hand, but a flush.
He has options. Oh, you're right. Looks like he's probably going for a flush. Could possibly even have toy. He's got a couple middle pairs there, so it's not. Oops. It's a little bit less likely that he's going to be able to own those. See them in other people's hands too. Oh, I see. That's already a triple of fives. Right. Another pair for Saudi, but she throws away from another pair. One away from ready now for Nakajima. And so he's thinking, okay, if I can pawn tune, then I'll have the really nice weight, or I can get something next to Liaomon, then I can have an open-ended weight. So that does lower the value of the hand. But he is also not in need of points at the moment.
There's Tempai for
There's Tempai.
He
still has the option to pawn to improve his weight.
7 characters. We don't say Chaman though.
We do not.
It's just Chi-man. Do you say Mon or One?
He does pawn.
Also.
I think it depends on which number, no?
Yeah, I go back and forth as well. In English, it's always Mon, and they never use One.
Lucky pairing there for Nakagawa to not end up throwing into Kajima's hand. If he wins this hand, it really puts him out in front. Another pair for Nakagawa, and he's not... How many? Gen Chanten?
I think it was 3.
3? Okay. 3 away from Suanko.
That's how it sounds. It looks really
Sorry.
nice, but it just...
It's not quite improved the way she would like it to. That fills in a gap for Yoshino. He was already kind of giving up.
Yeah, Azuma keeps getting middle tiles that looks like they would be useful, but they're just barely not useful. She'll
Dora
cheat
Pon.
for one, or Poland, sorry, for one away. If you can't draw the useful tiles, you just have to take them. That is Dora, though.
That is a large Pon. And now he's not. He's really got to think about. How hard do I want to push here?
That's Tenpai. That's a Mangan Tenpai for Azuma. That is exactly what she wanted to Tenpai with, in order to put herself in a better position going into the South round. But Nakajima just shuts that down. Red Dragon and Hoitsu.
And Toy Toy. It was the expensive one to win. Wasn't it Toy Toy?
Yeah, it had to have been.
Yeah.
It was a Pon. I forgot to look if it was a Pon or a Chi because I was reading the Fu. Really, you didn't have to read the Fu because it was Toy Toy.
Indeed. So that really extends his lead. Everybody still has a turn as dealer, so we had a game 2 weeks ago, I think, where somebody did manage to come back from way down. You're never out of it when you still have a turn as dealer.
Yep.
Starting with a couple value pairs.
Yeah, you can't use the chip in the chair thing in Mahjong because actually you don't need chips. You don't need points. You can be negative, and the game still continues when we're playing rules like this. Back. Yeah. But you generally do need
your Oyabon and a
dealer
chair.
Turn. Yeah. I mean, due to the Yakuman hands, maybe you don't need a dealer turn, but yeah, I think as long as you have a dealer turn, it's a good mantra to have here.
I think Nakagawa is one away from ready. Yoshino takes the first poning opportunity because he really needs to hold on to his turn as dealer. And could also improve value. Could be more value depending on the tiles that come in. Oh, that's good. He's pushing towards a flush. All right, so now he has a a valuable hand too, not just trying to continue as dealer. This is Tenpai? This is Tenpai. Or Nakagawa. He will not push yet.
Nakajima again.
Nakajima. Okay, sorry, Nakajima.
The only player who cannot stop winning at this table.
Unstoppable. Oh, another Monzu. One away from ready for Yoshino.
I was playing yesterday, and the player across from me just had I think it must have been the most amazing run of his life, because I could not stay at the table. I left. Tenpai for Yoshino. It was like reach the first round, I think 4 out of 6 hands, and like sumo everything.
That's pretty frustrating. How do you play against that? Choose, I guess, is about the only thing. What does he? Oh, he does not choose to change his weight on that one. Maybe if he draws another 5, he'll change the weight then. Currently, he's just waiting for the 8 of cracks, 2 of which are already in Nakagawa's hand.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's better there. If you keep the 9, then you can shift the weight if you draw 4 later. I mean, there's also the option to switch to the 6 weight. There's already an 8 on the board. So many, like, just 4 tiles there, but there's so many options to change to.
Right.
Or 5 tiles, but it's so hard to know what the right answer is until you make the wrong one.
I tend towards Shabo instead of Kanchan.
Well, also
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
the quality of the conchan, right? So if you have a 5-7 conchan, you can switch to a 3-6 weight later, but then you'll be going against Nakatakana's teachings. I wonder
an
if that played a
interesting,
factor in his decision.
an interesting move by Nakagawa here. He threw the supine to try to get rid of his run. And then he drew another Sampin, 3 of dots to complete. Oh, this is Tempai again. Does he reach this time? He's got a better weight. Nope, he's really hoping to get something in the Pinzu, perhaps make the hand Pinfu.
I mean, he doesn't need to take any risk here, right? He can't win on a discard. That's true, but if he draws it, he can win, and he can just change it. If he draws something, yeah, he can get the Pinfu. Or if he draws a 3-bam or a 6-bam, then he can switch to Tanyao, and then he still won't have to reach.
This is Dora. He's contemplating whether or not to throw Dora. It's certainly possible that Yoshino might still be looking for Dora. It's not obvious that it's a Mitsu hand.
The other thing is, he might be happy just to wait on the Dora Tonki, except for he's already discarded it. So, like, the way he discards, it's like a very typical movement when people reach.
Right.
And it throws me off every time. Imagine if I were sitting at the table with him, I'd be like, what, reach again? Oh, no, okay.
Constantly confused. Well, he continues to flirt with getting back to Tempai. Nope, he's not going to do it. He keeps throwing things that pair things up. I think Nakagawa is really hoping for Suanko. Nope. Oh. It's late enough that he figures he just cannot get there. Also, you could be reasoning that Yoshino wants Manzu. If he's going for Suanko, he's going to have to throw Rowan. So he's just not going to do it. Everybody seems to be deferring to Yoshino as dealer, giving up the hand. He is still one away from ready, but I wonder if she would push if she got to Tempai. Kojima has clearly given up.
Nakajima, the only player on the table not in JPML. He is a member of the Saikoi Senpro Mahjong Association. This qualifier, it started as an online qualifier. It was open to all pros in Japan in the Big 5 orgs, as well as it was meant to be open to WR pros as well. I think it was written on there. But I think the test hadn't been completed yet, so we ended up only with pros in Japan playing in the qualifier. There are 3 days of qualifiers. 8 players advanced on each day, and they were separated into 6 tables. This is table D, of course.
Near the end of the hand, everybody is much folding.
Much folding.
Except for Yoshino, who is Tempai, could not quite complete the hand for the win.
There's also no time limit on these games, so we would just play until they finish.
Just a single game you'd like to give give people the chance to have 2 dealers.
Yeah.
Dealerships.
Dealerships, dealer turns. Dealer goes at dealer.
Action. All right, some nice shapes here for Yoshino. He has one Dora, and it's part of a completed run.
Yeah, it
And I
looks
think
like all
another
his
completed
blocks are
run.
decided there.
Another pair for Nakajima. Towards making that his Atama. 2 away from ready. Yoshino
One away.
proves
Perfect
his
one
weight.
away.
Yes.
It's a perfect one away. Perfect Ishanten shape. That means whatever he gets ready with, whatever he tenbais with, is going to end up in an open-ended weight. Interesting. Nakajima, if he needed points, he might have contemplated the Sanshoku, the 789 shape there, but he does not need extra points, so he'll try and go for more speed. That's Tenpai, and there's that open-ended weight. 3-6 bamboo, waiting for the Dora, already using one of the 3s in his hand.
And there goes another one immediately to Nakajima. So there's only one of the expensive ones left. But even if he draws the 6, I think he has Tanyao also, so it is a Mangan hand. If he can draw it, whatever he draws.
Whatever he draws.
I don't see a lot of potential for the other players to push. Nakagawa is the one is the closest to ready, but still not a very valuable hand. So people are probably going to be holding to Yoshino. Either going to be Yoshino draws it or the hand ends in a draw. Kojima surely not tempted to be pushing. A little bit short on save tiles. Everybody certainly seems to be giving up. There are still a lot of 6s in the wall. Still 3 6s in the wall, I think. So he does have 4 available tiles to draw still. Isn't a gap for Saudi, but she's probably still not really tempted to push. Another pair for Saudi. And we still have not seen any of the remaining 3s and 6s fall into anybody else's hand. There's one going to Nakagawa, so now there are 3 left. Oh, the last Dorda goes to, of course, Nakajima. Now there are only 2 6s left in the wall for Yoshino to draw. Kojima doesn't. He has a bunch of. He has a super Tanyaoi hand. He's got Dora Uncle, but I'm sure he would really just like to fold if he could find safe tiles to get out of the way with. Completes another run. He's one away from ready, and just it has no interest in trying to win the hand.
I wonder what it's like to just run like God.
Yeah. Still no 6 for Yoshino. one thing about Nakajima's hand, I mean, he does have most. Oh, and there's the second to last 6 goes to Nakagawa. If Nakajima has all of the Dora, most of the Dora, he can reason, well, I mean, obviously Yoshino doesn't have the Dora. Maybe it makes sense to push. He is also, I think, running out of safe tiles. There is 1 6 left in the deck. And still not Tenpai. Uso has come out earlier, so Paso could be Suji-able. Is finally, I think, committed to giving up. And he does draw the last 6.
All right, so we get another turn at dealer.
And he gets a bunch of points. That is a huge win for Yoshino. And was really about to end. He just managed to get that last movable tile. So it cuts the lead in quite in half. But like we were saying, if you've got that turn as dealer, all you need is 1 Mangan and you are back in the game. Starts with 2 Dora to our value tiles. This is the south round. 2 Dora, and it looks like I think he had a few open-ended weights there. His hand, once again, is starting off some nice shapes. Bunch of pairs for Nakajima. And some pairs and uncompleted run for Kazuma. Completes a triple for Nakajima. Filled in a gap for Nakagawa. Gives another gut shot for Yoshino. And he's 2 away from ready. He would like to Pon Dora it, or draw it. Would certainly be okay too. She just threw the 2, so he can't. That's uncle of 4 pin that Nakajima will thrown away instead of keeping in his hand. Ooh, that improves the outside weight.
Looks like it's trying to kind of move to pairs, but I feel like that sort of all pairs hand is not ideal when you're a dealer.
No, it's interesting. I was thinking he might move towards an outside hand, but he threw the 7 there. I guess
the
also
9.
the thing is
The 9.
the
That's a
9,
9 in kanji, not a 7.
He kept the 7. So if he ends up pulling, no, he's not gonna. There's no Atama. The Dora is gonna have to be his Atama. Really hopes to fill in the gut shot 4 of bamboos. He has the nice weight. Little does he know that all of the 6s he wants are already in other people's hands. There's 1 9 on the table, so he's drawing a little thin. There's all pairs, or even perhaps the last 4 of dots goes to Nakajima. Yanpeiko, the double run.
6 and 6 is pawned by Nakajima. For no Yaku.
Guess he's going to go for Toy Toy. Another pair for Sari.
That's an interesting guess. Like, he has 1 triple and what?
A bunch of
Oh, this
pairs.
okay. It's a couple pairs. Okay. Still kind of far. Feels far. Feels far.
Unlucky for Yoshino that he just can't know that he's drawing so thin the 6-9 of dots weight. All the sixes are already in other people's hands, and you can see 2 of the 9s on the table. He did just draw the last 6 of bamboos to steal a bunch of points, but it's gonna be a little tougher this time.
Like, oh, didn't I make this decision 2 turns ago?
Like he's got to push.
I wonder
There's
if
one
he's
of the
like, okay, I
Dora.
made this decision 2 turns ago. I should have picked the 3, but I picked the 5, so this time I'm gonna pick the 5.
Saori gets the Tenpai. Waiting for Chun.
Okay.
Seriously, twice a week. Hey, Patsu! The Nobetan weight works.
Yeah, but just 4,000 points, not a big win.
Not a big win, but he will be the last. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of just hoping to move the game along, get himself in a position where he can take a run. Yoshino now with no more turns as dealer, he's got to put together some sizable hands. He's probably going to be aiming for at least, say, 1,500, 2,600 sumos or mangan above. Make up the difference between him and Nakajima. So if he can draw a mangan this hand, that does steal extra points from Nakajima.
And Nakajima once again goes for the middle tile discards. I don't even want to say like the outside hand hedge or anything. It's just gonna discard the middle tiles and
as a matter of strategy. One Dora for Yoshino. He's really going to need another Dora to make that hand worth pushing. Saori's hand moving along. Another triple for Nakagawa. He's got 2 triples, air, and then 2 gut shots. He will hold on to Dora for the moment, getting rid of one of the gut shots. Kojima really looks like he's just kind of folded right from the start. Completing a run for Yoshino. His hand is improving, but he really would like a few more points somehow. Get to Tanyao with Pinfu. Maybe the hand is worth reaching. The pair for Saori. Another pair for Nakagawa. Nanshanten? Nanjen Shanten?
Nanjen Shanten.
Yanjen Shanshan?
Do we say Lian or I don't know because we only use this term in English, so maybe it's two Jen Shanten. Oh, it's just 2 away. 2 Jen Shanten. Lian, yeah, Lian. Saori, I think, is also Jen Shanten. Jen Shanten. No, it's more like 4.
But yeah. One complete triple. That actually completes a run. Still not. The Dora is there. Moment just singletons in people's hands. Another triple for Nakajima.
Like, Azuma did already have that sequence completed. She did a swappy doppy. Shifted out.
Swappy Duppy.
Shifted out the. She discarded the 9
6.
to shifted in the 9 and out the 6.
So Saudi draws an unneeded Dora. Little does she know that nobody else has a pair to pawn with. Kagawa will not improve his open-ended weight with the 7 there. He's really just looking for Suanko or perhaps pairs. If you get like proving Nakajima's hand. What would he decide to push with if he was tempted?
Swappy doppy, of course,
Go
is
away from
Dave's
ready.
term. Dave's term. I just commandeered it.
It's useful.
I
You know,
guess.
looking for the Tanyao Sanshoku, I think.
Swappy doppy is excellent translation skills. Because what else are you gonna go eat? Switch?
Switchy, no.
Um,
One other.
I mean, we can say
one away.
empty discard, but it's not nearly as fun.
One away from Suanko for Nakagawa, but we are into the third tier of discards. Being late in the hand for him to turn it into Suanko. Does he get a...
Is that how you like reacting at the table to your own draws? Oh my god! Oh my god! It's an honor. I feel it with my thumb. Is that like going on in your head?
I do wonder how much I give away. Oh, that's a nice fill-in for. But he already got rid of his Atama. He just cannot let go of Dora. Boy, that would have been a really nice fill-in for Yoshino if he had kept his Atama. I think he's kind of already given up the hand.
Yeah, which is interesting because he only needed like a couple of mangan to catch up.
So Nakagawa will
like a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. He will not take Tempai.
Everybody's really afraid of Dora.
Right. Interesting. I guess given the way Nakajima has teed, maybe it really looks like Dora is. I mean, he's the one who needs Dora.
I mean,
he's the only one who doesn't have Dora.
He does need a red dragon, so it's a fair
earlier,
read.
Right?
Yeah, it's a fair read.
Gets the last Dora.
He did need the honor tile, but I don't know. Like, is that why I lose? Because I'm just not that afraid of Dora. Like, I need to be more afraid of Dora. It's not A rules. Like, other things besides Dora you can make value with.
So Saudi is waiting for Dora and the 8 of dots. Of course, the Dora will not be coming out. I happen to know that they are not available. There is...
Such a nice way to put it. Sorry, the Dora is unavailable right now, but she'll draw her own 8 dots. Neat sumo. Dora. No Ura, but that's another 8,000 points. Brings her 12,000 points closer to first place.
And gets her the dealer.
Yeah, no,
and of course that's
2 dealer mangans away from first place.
Having done that during Nakajima's turn as dealer, she gets a few extra points from him. So a nicely timed mangan draw by Azuma.
Exactly 12,000 points closer, just like Jen said a second ago.
A 12,000 point swing. Here we are with the editing trying to make us feel like we have And switched into the wrong game.
Right in the right game. I'm not gonna freak out. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. 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 Cool.
Cat.
Cool. Calm and cool. It's like a cucumber over here in my teeny tiny closet office.
So Nakajima, just hoping to finish hands quickly. Has a green dragons. He could possibly own if he wants to chance on pushing. Another pair of dragons for Yoshino, but that just does not help improve the value of his hand. Bunch of pairs, or perhaps a gut shot there for the double run for Saudi. Completes another run, a nice fill in there for Nakagawa. Yoshino will drop the red dragon since one of them came out. Hoping he can get to at least Pinfu and Tanyao. For a reach. And Tanpin, reach Tanyao Pinfu. If he draws his winner, there's always the possibility for Mangan. Saudi gets another gut shot. Adds the possibility of Ipeko for Yoshino, but sort of ruins the whole Tanyao idea. Ooh, filling in. Right, Saudi's one away from ready with Ipeko decided. And a double gut shot, which could fill in nicely, and she could have the Pinfu Ipeko. Another pair for Nakajima. Would put him one away from ready for the all pairs hand.
Yeah, he does want to win as quickly as possible and advance the dealership, but he definitely does not want to risk any chance of dealing in.
Away for Yoshino. He's got a gut shot and an open-ended weight, but for the moment, no Tanyao. Sure if he would reach with Pinfu Yomi or not. Improves a weight for Nakagawa. It improves a weight for Yoshino, but still no Tanyao. Completing the Green Dragon triple. Nakajima, so he does not need to reach if he gets the Tenpai. Oh, I missed the fact that yes, Yoshino has 2 Dora in that hand. That hand is valuable. Nakajima pawns for Tenpai. Was that a pawn or a chi for Tenpai? But he is Tenpai waiting for the 3 of bamboos, I think, and the 6 of dots.
That's Tenpai for
Obviously not the
Nakagawa.
6 of dots.
But it deals in
That
as a
did
6
throw
of
it
characters.
into. That was a 6 of characters. Ouch. So yes, Nakajima really just looking to end the game quickly. It's got to hurt Saudi. She felt like, oh, I've got Mondan. It's my chance. And just a quiet win by Nakajima ends that dream. So now we are in the last hand. They're gonna get the Joken conditions for what they need to win.
Yeah, they don't have any scores carried over. It's just one game, so they're not going to take a lot of times for calculations, but they're definitely calculating that in their head.
That's true. It's probably not that difficult a calculation, is it? With just one game's worth of points.
Yeah, you don't have to think about UMA. You don't have to think about, do I need to be above this player, below that player, have put that player below that player. You don't have to think about like that many possibilities compared to normally when we're in a last hand at a final table. So Nakagawa is going to just try and win as many hands as possible as quickly as possible. Nakajima is just going to try and win any hand as quickly as possible. and get the hell out of the way if somebody else shows too much strength. Azuma needs to overcome a 23,100 point difference.
So that's drawing Sanbaimon or
Yeah, drawing Sanbaimon.
Shokugeki.
I think a Hanemon direct hit would be enough.
Correct, yes. Sanbaimon direct hit would be enough.
If she had to
needs
win
to
from
draw
someone else,
Baimon.
it would have to be Sanbaimon.
So for the moment, not a lot of value in Yoshino's hand.
Yeah,
He needs somebody to con and 5 of dots to become the the Condora. That I think is currently Yoshino's dream.
Yoshino's conditions are a little bit easier than Saori's, but he still needs a Hanemon direct hit. Just barely needs a Hanemon direct hit to... Mangan is just barely not enough.
So drawing Hanemon is also just barely not enough.
So they end
And
up
even,
having almost the same conditions. The only thing is he can win... Oh yeah, no, they have the same conditions, huh? Even though there's a 5,200 point difference.
Could draw Baimon. But Baimon from somebody else is still not enough.
Right, okay. Sanbaimon on a discard Baimon. So yeah, totally way easier Tsumo than Azuma. I mean, the thing is, when you get into Sanbaimon conditions, sometimes it's easier to just go for Yakumon.
How would you thread the needle with by not getting Yakumon? As usual, Nakajima's hand seems to be progressing most. We do have a possible Sunshoku 2-3-4 developing in Nakagawa's hand. 4 improves the possible weight for Yoshino. Nakajima is Tenpai, waiting for the 2, yes? 2 of bamboos. This could be it. The moment, all right, I guess, Yoshino would be adding 2 of bamboos to his hand if he drew it.
Where they are in the wall, right? There's one here.
There's one here, yeah. So, and that already. Oh, that's interesting. But so yeah, if she draws it, there's really not any reason she would hold on to it. I think. This is interesting. Does he go for the Nobeton, waiting for Dora? No, you'll keep the gut shot. And actually, he's really hoping that the gut shot becomes his Atama. This improves the weight for Nakagawa. Now he can get the 2 or 5,
for Nakajima.
Which certainly is going to be Nakajima. Oh, that's Tenpai, and just not the one he wanted.
Not the one he wanted, but he has the easiest conditions of the non-first place players right now. So he can take the Tenpai and hope for... Oh! He can just push it.
We'll reach with it.
Get off your hand, Nakajima. That is exactly what he's saying there.
Right. Unless Nakajima draws safe tiles, you got to figure he's probably going to be folding at the first opportunity, or draw if he draws his 2-5. So Yoshino will be giving up. Oh, con! Not gonna do it.
Can you imagine?
That would be
giving
awesome.
up 4 safe tiles.
Another pair. Oh, right. You got to figure it.
He deals into the donkey. Wow. I mean, okay, this isn't any reflection on his play. It's just when you do that and they open it up and they're tonky, you're like, oh God, really?
Yeah, really? Come on, God. That is got to be that is really a little soul crushing. I feel like.
I mean, it wasn't expensive. He's still in it.
It was, yeah. At least it wasn't expensive. I wonder if there was some calculation there that he figured. Okay, well, if I that is an interesting piece to have pushed and then actually thrown into it.
That completely changes the conditions for everybody now. Now, Azuma can draw a Baimon. And it will be... Oh, wait, no, not quite. Not quite. Wait, yes, quite.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
quite. Yes, exactly.
yes, quite.
Why do I doubt myself?
Baimon, any Baimon is enough for Yoshino, and drawing Hanemon is enough now too.
Nakagawa also within a dealer Mongon direct hit.
Drawing Mongon also gets him pretty close.
And of course, even if he overtakes Nakajima, they cannot end the game. They will have to play one more game after that as well.
No escape, no sayonara wins.
Just gonna milk that baseball metaphor until the end.
Already's hand improving, but still not quite Baimon material. Nakagawa has a choice to make, but he will not go for the flush. Well, it's not totally certain yet, but it looks like he's moving more towards just speedy hand rather than trying to make a super expensive one. Keeping the door a bit open, but probably take the first tempai he gets rather than moving towards a flush. That improves Azuma's hand. Moving towards Tanyao and Pinfu.
Yeah, she's gonna have to
So,
try and make... She's gonna have to try and make a Baimon hand, but she can potentially make a Hanemon Tenpai. And then only win if Nakajima discards it. Because as long as Nakagawa is Tenpai, they will have another shot.
Nakagawa's added a Nobetan weight for possibly his Atama. I wonder if he gets another Manzu next to the Pawan, does he? Oh, he is going to move towards the flush after all.
Looking for... I mean, he can stay dealer as long as he wants, but you can only win so many hands. So he's going to try and squeeze some value out of this hand that he does have.
Draws Dorda. Interesting how the value could be created in this hand. Yoshino fills in gut shot. He just cannot quite get the 2-3-4 Sanchoku that he's looking for. He really needs 2-3-4 Sanchoku plus Tanyao. And then Dorda is Epin, so he can't have Dorda in his hand, really. His hand is still not quite conditions he needs it in. Senpai for... Interesting, Nakagawa. So when he throws it away like that, it really looks like, he's waiting for a Tanki wait. Since he threw the 8, I wonder if people think that he's waiting for the 9. Like, would that have come from the 8-9 shape? Like, do you think people are fooled, or think everybody knows that he's waiting for Dora?
I'm not sure they can't have that much
But
Like ability to worry about what he's waiting for. Like to a certain extent, they have to play their own hands. So the trickiness might not be quite as effective as usual.
makes an interesting choice. Instead of going for the flush, he waits for Dora. It is the same points after all.
Yeah, it's the same points and it's less risky to discard.
Oh, that makes so we're moving more closer and closer to the Tanya Sanchoku and perhaps Pinfu hand that Yoshino needs. Is one away from ready. In a nice gap there. What does Saudi do with these sort of half-ass pairs and triples?
Yeah, it's getting kind
Also
of late.
just-
If they're a little bit earlier, she might be going for more of an all triples type of hand.
I wonder if she might be thinking, look, I don't have a winning hand here. Maybe I just need to get to Tempai to sort of keep myself in the race. The hand ends. This is Tempai? No?
One away.
Interesting. Somebody's hand just does not improve. What she would, how she might change her hand, or if she really is just hoping for Tempai now to sort of keep herself in the game. So she changes her Tempai. She does not reach. It would still involve quite a lot of luck. She'd have to reach Sumo Sanko and some and she probably just does not want to depend on that yet. That would have been
That's
Tempai, wouldn't it?
This is Tempai right here for Nakajima.
This is Tempai for Nakajima. I think Yoshino kind of chose not to take Tempai because it was not the expensive one that he wanted.
And Nakajima also chooses not to take Tempai.
Interesting. Decision here for Saudi, it looks certainly Anzu flush looks dangerous for Nakagawa. Does she hold on to Tempai? Nope, she will not do it. Yoshino will continue to push, even though he's still one away from ready. Saudi has given up. There are still two Dora in the deck, right? And one of them goes to Nakajima. Still just one more here on Nakagawa's last draw, and nope. He will continue as dealer. Nobody else is by. A chance for anybody to throw in here. Conditions remain. Excuse me. The conditions remain the same for Azuma and Yoshino. Trying to overtake Nakajima.
Yeah, Nakagawa creeps closer to first place. The last dealer has an advantage here because they can continue as dealer. They can win anything for more hands than anyone else can with no conditions. But once you get into first place, the only time other people are going to win against you is if they're beating you. So when you get into that position and all last, then there's a lot of Like, you have to make sure that you have enough to be no 10 at the end of the hand. And basically that's how you have to win it, is to end in a no 10.
Sure, I have not been in that situation so often. I had not thought of it that way.
I mean, even if you're, like, in league... Yeah, I guess because in league, somebody might win against you in the last stand, even if they're not taking first place away from you. But yeah, in this situation, it's not going to happen. It can't happen.
Well, unless you want a penalty. So Yoshino, once again, trying to put together a big hand. Probably going to have to be Tanya Mentampin. Kojima probably looking to Pon Hatsu the first chance he gets. Azuma perhaps looking to make a flush. 7, 8, 9 Sanchoku perhaps for Nakagawa. Getting another side weight for Nakajima. Will not start pushing towards a flush. Oh, that's the peg.
Hey, you guys in the chat, are there any shorts? Are there any pros that you would like to see make a short with English subtitles? Write your ideas in the chat, please.
It improves the weight for, well, that adds a two-sided weight for, you know, he will get rid of the non-Tanyao 18. Yeah, he really needs to get towards, get to at least Mentampin. So he moves himself in that direction. Cody's hand is just, it's going to be, excuse me, it's going to be tough for Saurity to create a time on hand with what she is dealing with. One more time, 5, 6, 7 Sanchoku is a possibility for Yoshino, and I guess 6, 7, 8 too, especially since that would allow him to use Dora. Another pair for Nakajima. Will this cause him to start moving towards half flush? Does not want to throw Dora. Pleading a triple for Nakagawa. Doesn't need to make value. He just needs to get to Tenpai. Got an Atama as E-Pin. He's thinking about, still thinking about trying to make it for 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9 Sanchoku. He is keeping the door open. Get that first pon from Nakajima, and he's one away from ready. No longer thinking about Sanchoku for Nakagawa. And this completes a run for, you know, he's one away from ready. 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku is a possibility for him. That is huge. He wants to use Dorda. Interesting. So with only halfway through the hand, Nakagawa has taken Tenpai and is probably hoping that that makes everybody else slow down.
Thank you for the response, Ioda Turtle-san. Alright, if you don't know any person, what kind of thing would you like to hear from pros as a new member to the scene? What kind of short video would, like, be interesting for you to watch?
Okay, I had remembered. Yoshino does not have the 6, 7, 8 or 5, 6, 7 Sanchoku as a possibility at the moment. This is Tenpai for Nakagawa.
For our dealer.
He has no Yaku. Do you have Yaku? No, yeah, that's right.
There's too many edge tiles.
Oh, this is
Tempai
Senpai, but just
Yoshino.
not points. But okay, so now he does have the 567 Sanshoku as a possibility. He has worked his way into.
Yeah, he only needs Mangan directly from Nakajima. So Tampin Sanshoku, if he can
You can get it from him.
yeah, find a way to get Nakajima to D-lane to him.
Oh, he's
Wrong
disappointment.
side.
Disappointment. Ah. Oh my god.
But he's gonna go for the
Will reach.
Uradora. Or maybe an Ippatsu.
Open. And if he draws Dora to win, that's pretty huge. Tampin Tsumo. Dora. If he gets it. If he gets the Ura, or like you say, Ippatsu.
When he did that, when he did reach, I thought you said open for a second.
Yes, they should allow open reach on all last. Nakagawa is committed to. Oh, that's not Ippatsu. Nakagawa is committed to his Tenpai here. It's Tenpai for Nakajima, waiting for just the 7 of cracks.
I think, yeah, Yoshino is really just counting on that Ippatsu. He probably won't win the hand after this.
Gun! So Nakagawa could win on the gun. Come on. You gotta do it. I have no choice.
He's Tenpai.
Gun.
Gives him a Yaku.
He is Tenpai. He could win on this. Would be so huge. I kind of don't understand how you could reason not doing it, right? I mean, oh wow,
it's not safe to the reach player either. Oh, there was the 7. That was the 567.
Oh, disappointment.
Nakajima wants Tenpai. He could just steal into Yoshino.
Ooh. He's got to be figuring it's time to give up.
Yeah, there's no way that he would discard the Dora there. He's not us.
Or the tile right next to Dora.
Oh, Dora. He draws it. Mentampin Sumo Dora. Does he get the Ura? He needs Ura. He needs Ura. No! It's a game. Not enough to overtake Nakajima. It was a good effort.
Yes, needed anything to hit. He drew the Dora like he needed, but he just could not get an Ura. It was a valiant effort. Nice play, Yoshino, to at least get yourself in the running. As it turns out, the Sanshoku wouldn't have happened anyway since he drew Dora. And Nakajima holds on after throwing into the incredibly weird Ankimachi. Not incredibly weird, but you know.
And I think that's our first Saikoi-sen qualifier in this series. He's so happy. That makes me happy. I like it when people appreciate winning.
Like how do people get to the end of these things and then not smile? Like it's just so weird. Yes, be happy about winning. You won, dude.
So he will be representing Saikoi-sen at the World Reach Championship in less than 2 weeks away. Oh my god. Garth and I are going to be there providing English commentary for the entire series. I got to get that schedule worked out today. We'll be joined by Curly Kyle, who is a member of the DC Mahjong Club. And he's going to be joining us in the commentary booth, as well as I think Ray Kawakami is probably going to be helping us out as well with some English coverage.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it should be fun times. I'm trying to get her in on one of these games before it starts so that we can kind of gauge what we can cover with Kawakami, but she is beautiful. She is an excellent Mahjong player. She's won the Yukon Fuji Cup before. It's going to be pretty fun. I'm really actually kind of surprised she's not playing in the WRC. But she's in adequate company with us.
Yes. She adds to the adequacy.
All right, so we can go one more right now, or we can save it for maybe a special impromptu stream in the near future. What do you think?
Impromptu stream. That sounds fun.
Okay, then maybe we will wrap it up for today. I think we're getting kind of late in the evening for people overseas.
Indeed, yes. So we will try to wrap
Congratulations
this.
to Noriyuki Nakajima for. I mean, he ran well, but also played extremely well. You can run as good as you want, but when you get into the situation where you have to play against other people trying to take your first place away, it's tricky. It's not just autopilot at that point.
Yeah, well, it's a gladiator fight. The knives are out. Everybody's attacking as hard as they can. You've got to probably got to push yourself too, because nobody's just going to give you the game. So yeah, way to hold on, Nakajima.
Yeah, welcome.
Congratulations, like you say.
Yeah,
It's
go
the
ahead.
first Saiko-Isen player that we have seen qualify.
Yeah, there are Saiko-Isen players playing that earned their seats in other ways, like as M leaguers or A1 leaguers, and there were Saiko-Isen slots available. These 6 spots were for the people who did not have another avenue in, such as I think all A1 leaguers, probably in all leagues, were invited. All the M leaguers were invited. Those who made like the top 8 last time were invited. So there were other ways to get in.
Oh God, I just missed it.
Or you ninth?
Top 16.
No, top 16.
16.
Yeah. I was in the top 32, so yeah, I missed it as well. But so there were other avenues to get in. These were for all the rest of us who needed to qualify. So he's not going to be the only Saiko-Isen player in. Of course, there are many, many playing. It's going to be a really fun and exciting event. All right, I want to say a shout out to SimVTX. First time catching an English commentary stream. We are very, very, very happy to have you here. We're here every week. We will, after the WRC happens, the WRC is July 1st through 7th, we will be changing the schedule possibly. We have some other commitments. Okay. We're going to re-examine the schedule and also see what sort of matches that we can cover on this channel. But like we said earlier in the stream, basically, however many likes and views and how much support, good comments we get is how likely JPML will be to continue with this experiment. We'll be bringing it to you, but unfortunately these streams can't just run on dreams, so we need the support. What's up, Tips? Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. That's Z Carver in the chat. All right, so we will wrap it up for today. We will be here next week. The stream is going to be a little bit later because we have a WRC meeting that I'm going to have to attend. And so we will have another impromptu stream. Probably maybe this week or next week. I'll put that schedule up later this evening, JST time. We're also going to be covering the WRCR final table at the end of next week, right before the WRC starts. And of course, the World Reach Championship coverage will be here every single day. Yeah, thanks, Sim. You can also catch the VODs later. A new, not new, but maybe new to you, Play Like a Pro will be up on Friday. We have lots of shorts. Shorts are going up about 3 times a week, so lots of stuff on the JPML official English channel so that you can keep up with the pros. Really appreciate the suggestion. Iota Turtle, I might just go ahead and send out a text message right now to ask for some submissions for how the pros decided to become pros. There were some really interesting stories. I remember we did an interview with Kazunori Takizawa before. And after he had already won a
Yes.
title, and he was his family wasn't quite on board with it at that time. I know he's also tweeted about people like kids at his friends of his kids, maybe not friends, people other kids at his daughter's school who tried to tell them that being a Mahjong pro was not a real job, things like that. So we do have lots of great stories and really like to get those into short video form. So far, the response to the short videos has been awesome. Really good numbers, really good viewership. If you have any friends who are interested in Mahjong, please get them to follow the channel. We are supposed to try and get to 1,000 by the WRC. That does not look like it's going to happen. But we'll get as close as we can, and maybe we'll hit 1,000 and celebrate during the WRC. So stay tuned. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys being there. You have anything to say?
Nope. Yes, we will just be back soon. Like you say, once we know the schedule, we'll be back next week on Tuesday, and Tuesday for Japan, Monday for America, I guess. And yes, look for the surprise stream coming up soon.
We'll post it ahead of time so anybody can jump in. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night.